Glenn and Joe, we're about to do all the grouting on these 7 boards. Okay, so you're telling me this is everything we need to do the grouting?
Absolutely. I guess one of the main important things that we have, and we should talk about, is the actual tools to start with, and they should have the right tools to do the job. An epoxy grout float is probably one of the most imperative ones, because that gives you actually your first clean, be able to drag off most of the excess. A margin trowel to mix up the product, and I'll just open the bag. Then from there, you'll find that in a kit, you'll have your full set of instructions on the product. It also comes with a set of gloves and a sponge for cleanup. Something we should talk about as well is the 2 cleaning additives that we have in the kit. This is to help, help with the cleaning processes. We'll get Joe to open these up and throw these in. So essentially, we've got initial wash and a final wash. They go into a bucket of clean water. You'll notice that Joe puts the packets into the bucket of water. That's just so you don't get confused with the two. You know which one was your initial and which one was your final wash. Also in the kit, you'll get pouches of Part A and Part B liquid, and a carton of the Spectralock powder.
Part C.
Part C.
So we've chosen sterling silver for this, and that would be the right one to match?
To match with that.
Okay, so how hard is it to mix the 2-part additive?
We'll get Joe to come in and mix this up. Joe, mate, realistically, we'll run through it. It is quite easy to use. What you want to do is obviously open these up. Now, these things are measured to the right amounts. So you'll notice Joe will open this up, and he'll make sure he gets 95% of it out. A nice easy way to do it is to squeeze it and to roll it up like a toothpaste. And it'll all part be respectively. It's probably good to mention whilst Joe's actually mixing this up, it's on the website we also have grout calculators. So we're obviously doing a 300 by 600 board here today, and we've worked out we'll be able to get about 5 or 6 boards done with this 1 kilo kit. From there, the grout calculator will be able to tell you exactly what sort of quantities you need for the job that you're doing. All available on the website, available in 40 colours, every one of them suitable for internal, external, and instrument tools. So Joe's just mixed that up. If you come in, you've got both liquids there. What you want to do is just mix those up to a nice, consistent, even colour, as Joe will do. Have a look at there, Joe.
That's it.
So we've got a nice even consistent colour. From there you put the Part C filler powder into the product. Now you don't want to just dump everything in, you want to get a nice even consistent mix, so they'll probably pour in a good half of it just to start the mix up. A good thing to note as well is that in the Part C filler powder is what gives the product its colour. So there's no oxides or anything like that, so you will not stain a piece of stone, in some cases porcelain tile. And available in all 40 colours with that as well, so nice, Joe. Another note as well is with this product you can play with the consistency of the product. So if you've got a really tight joint, you can make it a bit looser so you'll get into the joint better. With a wide joint, you can mix it up a bit stiffer so you can obviously get into those wide joints and you get a good finish on the grout joint. Have a look at the JT.
So what consistency are you trying to get here, Joe?
For this particular joint and the tile, it's an easy surface to wash off, so we can go a little bit stiffer. This is a full kit mixed in, which is the appropriate ratios. No, never mix water with it, no.
Yeah, a good question has just been asked is in regards to mixing it with water. The kit comes as a part A, part B and a part C. Mixing it with water is not recommended at all. To get a more fluid mix, you just put a little bit less powder in than what you would with a full mix. Definitely.
We're just going to dampen the surface a little bit, wash off any dirt and dust.
So you'll obviously notice that it'll go in just essentially like a normal colour grout. Nice and easy. For clean-up's sake, Joe's just working the joint, not going over the complete tile. And you'll notice that it'll actually bounce back up into the joint, back out of the joint, just to give you promote a nice full joint. You'll put the grout in, and we'll allow that to sit for a good 20 minutes to allow it to work and do what it needs to do, and then we'll hit it with the initial clean and go from there. Firstly here, he's not a grout, not a tiler by trade, just to show the ease of use.
It's not a tile salesman by trade either, just like it.
Nice and angular over those joints. So how's that going, Joe?
It's not too bad. Not too bad. Well, just like colouring in.
Just like colouring in?
I reckon that took me about 2 minutes, Glenn, and I'm a novice.
There you go. This is something that the DIY market can do. Obviously, the Spectralife grout is also available at all retail outlets from Amber across New South Wales and Brisbane or Queensland. So there you go. We're pretty much gone from start to finish in regards to the installation. We'll wait until we get some more boards in and we'll show you the wash up.
What we've got to be doing here, and Jason is moving because he's saying what you don't want to do is let the stuff dry too much, so explain that to us, Joe.
Okay, basically this is our initial wash. We've given it a light sweep over in a circular motion just to break up the residue on top. And you'll see how easy it is. And just give it one final. And as we do this, we turn the sponge over. That creates a clean surface. The idea is not to wash too much and wash the joints back out. We want to keep a nice full joint. That's it.
Joe's now moved on to the final wash. Generally an hour wait for the next wash. Based on the temperature, and this is temperature dependent, based on the temperature and stuff, we can generally go on a bit quicker. So, with today, it's a bit warm, we've got sun direct on, we can get onto it a bit quicker than what we normally would. So essentially the same process as we went through with the initial wash, we do with the final wash. Address those joints and just make sure you get the rest of it off, and away you go.
That's it. So the whole process here, we're trying to get the last of the residue off.
That's correct.
Okay, and this should be the finished product.
That's correct.
Well, Phil, would you like to come over and do this board for us next, mate, just to show us how easy it is, please?
So you want to go diagonally across the joints, so you don't drag any of the grout out as Phil's doing there. Doing a perfect job, mate.
Ring it out every time. Basically, what we're telling you, they're doing this one swipe, turn this one over, and one swipe. And then I'll go through and do it.
So in short, Glenn, it's one swipe, turn it over, another swipe, then rinse.
Absolutely, and I actually get Joe to show another way of doing things as well, which is what a lot of the tiles will use. They actually use a towel. You can use terry toweling, we've just got a normal towel here for this. So what he'll do is he'll wet that towel up. You want to have that towel, you don't want it wringing wet. You want to have it damp so you've got a bit of weight in the towel, which Joe will do here. And just drop it onto the board and drag it back. So that's another method of cleaning that you could use whilst out on site.
So the towel didn't come out that straight. For a board, it's good. So let's do it this way.
So just run over it again. And as Joe pointed out before, it is one wipe, turn it over, one wipe, clean out. The more you do it, the more you'll put the residue back over the board.